That was the stupidest thing she'd ever done. Glitter knew better. She knew not to put anything to do with sex between her and any member of Salvation's Bane. She'd worked for Salvation's Angels longer than anyone currently at the club, more than 4 years. She'd come to them when she was 16, had lied about her age, which lasted all of 15 minutes before Justice had found her out. Thorne had given her a stern talking to, then put her to work at Beach Fit, a fitness club the MC owned, and a lease on one of the houses Salvation's Bane owned but didn't use. For that, Glitter would be forever grateful. She owed her life to the club. That was a debt she could never repay. As she trotted downstairs to the second-tier dressing room, she was more than a little ashamed of herself. It wasn't that she'd gotten off dancing for a guy, but that the guy had been Stryker. Not just a patched member of Salvation's Bane, but the freaking head of security at the playground. She'd broken the rules and done it in high fashion. It didn't matter that he'd wanted her to, or even told her to. Glitter never broke the rules. Not like this. The rules against club members and dancers mixing were in place for everyone's sanity. Glitter had developed friendships with all the Bane members who frequented the club, but had never crossed the line like this. But of course she'd do it with Stryker. Glitter had loved Stryker from the day they'd first met. He was so larger than life, if a bit surly, she had no defense against him. She was far from the star-struck teenager she'd been the first time she'd met him, but she always felt that same thrill when she was in the same room interacting with him. This encounter had been off the charts. He'd been masterful, just a hint showing through of the dominant she knew him to be. He'd commanded her body and her mind, made her want to please him in every way she could. Just that lift of his eyebrows when he'd told her to dance for him had been her undoing. She'd always craved a dominant lover, but even the short time it had taken to get them both off had shown her Stryker was exactly the type of man she needed. Only he was off limits. She showered quickly, getting as much of the glitter and the shimmery lotions and oils off her skin as she could. Technically, she had another 2 hours, but there was no way she could go back there tonight. The floor was covered with more than enough girls, and Glitter had done her one stage set tonight. She had to get out of there before she had a panic attack. "Where are you going, Glitter?" Tanya, one of the dancers, nearly ran into Glitter as she opened the door coming back inside after a break. Likely the woman was getting a hit of her drug of the week. "Something came up. I'm done for the night anyway." "I was going to ask you to take my stage slot." The other woman glanced around them as if looking for someone. "I got a quota to meet or my ass is grass." "Quota?" "Yeah." She pulled Glitter out the door and pushed it shut. "Listen, there's a new MC on the other side of town. They're picking up the smack and sea dust since Bane won't. Once they get set up here, they're going to run Bane out." Glitter was horrified, but Tanya kept going. "I got a bunch of stuff I need to get out there," she giggled. "Or I might use it myself." She continued to giggle. When Glitter just looked at her, she let out a nervous breath. "Seriously, though, they just want to get their product out there for people to know someone new's in town." "You can't be pushing drugs here, Tanya. Stryker and Thorne won't tolerate it. You know the rules." "Yeah, well, I ain't pushing 'em here, am I?" Tanya snapped at Glitter as she lit a joint and took a long pull. "Look, I just need some extra time tonight. Take my time. It's close to the end of the night. The tips will be great." They wouldn't. By the time Tanya took the stage, most everyone was spent out. She was new, so she had to start at the bottom and work her way up. "I can't, Tanya. I took your time 2 nights ago. I have my own problems." The girl huffed smoke in Glitter's face. The sharp skunk smell made Glitter want to gag, but she held her expression while waving a hand in front of her face. "Of course you do. Everyone always says if you need anything, go see Glitter. The one time I come to you, you won't even listen to me.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.